Hey guys, welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. A little earlier, I was talking about getting started and realizing that you can adjust. And we're going to talk a little more about starting. There was a clip that I did not too long ago where I talked a little bit about getting started as far as asking and receiving and some of the things that are more detailed about it. And one of the things that I had talked about was asking intelligently, um, and also asking people that could actually help you. So when it comes to getting started, because again, we were talking about getting started very much like molding clay and being able to adjust it and change things around. When you're getting started with something, we talk about asking intelligently. When I was saying, like, for example, the person say that is interested in starting a business, traditional business, real ground, you know, grassroots business, you need a business plan. And I grant you that you may not know how to do that, especially if you don't really have any business background. But to cut it and make it simple, a business plan is no more than writing down what you actually want to do in your business and then beginning to amass details behind it. So asking intelligently is asking of yourself, what is it that I really want to do, and writing it down. And then you begin to tweak it and you say, okay, well, then if I want to do this, I'm going to need these certain things. And maybe to get these certain things, I'm going to have this thing in place. And then, oh, gee, I got to have a product or service. And then you start to write down and fine tweak those things. And that kind of stuff is actually how you get started. You don't just sit down and write out I mean, most of us are not Mozart, okay? Mozart supposedly wrote his entire compositions one time through, okay? Child prodigy. Not everybody's a child prodigy, especially when it comes to business. I was reading Forbes magazine the other day, and I was reading about a guy, I can't pronounce the name now, Ramasam. It's an Indian guy who's only 30 years old, and he's become a billionaire marketing tabled drugs. What I mean by tabled is drugs that companies started working on and then basically put on the shelf because maybe it didn't look as promising as first thought, or because they didn't want to expend the resources to develop it. And he picks up stuff like that, finds his research teams, makes it work, and then sells it for, millions and millions of dollars. But even someone like him would agree that you start out, as far as the business plans, kind of roughing out in your actual brain what it is that you want to do, what you want to provide. And so then, as you fine tune and tweak, then we move to the section where you ask someone that can help you. So once you've got a real decent general idea, and that's why I say just get a pen and paper and write things down, and then scratch out the stuff you don't need and put in new stuff that you do need. Or, if you need something to go away completely, you can always edit it out and then rewrite the idea. Then take that idea to somebody that can help you. People who, I mean, you see these invent and these ideas and help people on TV all the time that are supposed to help you with business ideas and patents, and you could reach out to them. If you can't reach out to them for different reasons, financial or otherwise, you can always reach out to other people that you know that either work in a business setting, and hopefully at some point, maybe someone you know owns a business who can help you get started. And then as you fine tune even further, maybe you then start to consider taking courses in business like my friend is doing, or you decide to. Uh, Take up the monies to actually pay somebody to help you write a business plan if that's what it takes. Or if you're in college, you might be able to get an advisor to do that. But again, the point is to ask intelligently and ask people that can help you. And so I use the idea of the business plan because it happened to be what we were talking about. And so that is my point with asking intelligently and asking people who can help you. Ask of yourself first intelligently exactly what it is that you want to do, and don't try to flesh it out in some professional sounding double talk. Just write it all down and put the pieces together and make it coherent and integrated in a way that's going to work for you. Then you take it and try to find ways to get it down into a professional manner so that you can get it in the hands of other people. And so that's the part about asking intelligently. And we used the example of a business plan to give you some feedback on what exactly it is that I'm thinking in this stage, in this day. So give me some feedback. Let me know how I did. Please subscribe if you haven't ever done that yet. Really would appreciate that. Lets me know that there are people out there listening and that I am making a difference, which is one of my dreams. So give me some comments, give me some feedback. Just do something. And then we'll talk a little bit later on about the second part, which is adjusting. Thank you for sharing my armchair.